Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at the last of these Garfield buildable sets from Pantasy, and these ones are really awesome as well. Now, this is from their Fantastic Machine themed sets. So we have a popcorn machine, a toaster, a coffee machine, and a refrigerator. I think these are going to be all fantastic sets to build. So let's take a look at the boxes. Starting with the refrigerator now. So as we can see, we had a great big Garfield head for the top part of the refrigerator, like the freezer section. I don't know if this part opens up, but the refrigerator sure does. And it looks like they have some food items in there, some neat little magnets on the front of the door. Back here, you can kind of see another angle of it. And of course, the other four sets that are going to be in here. Actually, I'm not sure. That's cute. Looks like he's got a plate or something that he's going to eat in. Some of these sets have some neat little surprises like that in there. So yeah, that should be another fantastic set. Love that little cute Garfield. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, let's look at the next one. Here we have the popcorn machine. This looks like it's going to have a lot of nice clear pieces in there. The popcorn looks like these little one by one flour bits. And it does look like they fall down into the popcorn box, which is it's great. I love it. It does look like a crank, so maybe there is some mechanical things. I'm not really sure if that's just for looks, though. And then what else do we got on here? Some nice decoration. I'm not sure how much of this is stickers. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stickers in it. Of course, we get the Garfield figure. Some kind of nice little striping down here on the back. It's like it's kind of the same view. Oh, it does show an arrow turning, so I guess those are going to spin and kind of dispense out of there. Oh, that's going to be great. I can't wait to get started on that one. And there's another cute picture of Garfield. Now, here we have the coffee machine or the coffee maker, another great looking set. This one's probably going to be similar to the past set that I did in another video for the foodie set where they're just going to use Garfield's head, but they'll probably still give you the full Garfield figure so you can still play with that, which I think is great. Looks like he's maybe in his blanket. You know how he's always burying himself in his bed, which is great. And he's got to have his morning coffee. This is awesome. Looks like some great little pieces. I'm not sure if those are printed or not. The little handle, I'm not sure what you call that. And then there's a mug, and I think it does dispense coffee using these little one by one stud pieces to look like the coffee in there. Then here's another view of it. Oh, this opens up. All right, so that's going to open up, and then you can pour the coffee back in there. I love it. I love that these have some functionality to them. And here's the little side picture. I love it. Cute little baby Garfield. And finally, we have the toaster set, which this is the one I first saw out of this series, and it immediately caught my eye. A Garfield toaster. Do they have such a thing? I can't remember. I know they had a Garfield telephone back in the day, but this is great. So it looks like another nice section of like maybe one pieces, or maybe build these ears. I'm not really sure. I'm guessing those are all printed pieces. You can kind of see the little handle here. And I think the toast will actually pop out of there, which is great. Here's another view of it. So that's going to be another fun and fantastic set. And there is your picture of Garfield. All right, well, let's get started on these sets. Okay, here they are, all finished now, and oh man, these things were fun to build. I really enjoyed these. In fact, out of all the Garfield sets that I have shown, these are my favorites. They just went together really good. Didn't have a really hard time with anything. Maybe something I'll point out in this one, but they look fantastic. All right, well, let's start out with the refrigerator. Now, this set was probably the most simple as far as the fact that there's no real working parts on it. And so it's probably like the least exciting version of it, but it's not to say that it's not a good set. I really like it. You can see how all of this was constructed. They got these little stickers here on the side where it says chillin'. I love that. And then we got the front section, this face. This was actually a sticker that goes on here. So it kind of goes on multiple pieces. I'm not sure if the light can catch it. You can see how the bricks are underneath there. And then the nose sticks out right there. So that was all one sticker. I love the way they did the jowls. It looks just like the way that Jim Davis draws Garfield on there. These are the neat little magnets on the front. I'm not sure. Oh, that's the handle. I was trying to figure out why is there a phone on there? And I don't know why it just now dawned on me. We got some kind of little ducky right there. Garfield. I can't quite read that, but you can see it there. Looks like a donut or something. Living. that what that says? I can't see that. Okay, and here's a cute little one with Odie. So these are really cute. I love the way they did that. These stripes are prints, and these are actually stickers. They're just little black things that go on the side. And then here's another sticker on the side. Eat, sleep, repeat. Seems to be his Garfield's favorite thing. You don't have to put this sticker on. And once again, it's one of those little copyright things that they put on there. And then, of course, we have cute little baby Garfield at the top. So we'll take a look at him. So little baby Garfield sits here at the top. I love how cute they make him look. I mean, he is just so dang cute. So we've seen this particular figure on other sets before, and you can take him off of here. And his head is, you can turn his head, which is hard to do one-handed, but you can see how cute he is. He's got his little tail, and he's a buildable figure. You have to put his little front feet on, his tail, his head. And then up here, we've got this nice little plate that has this little, I don't know what this is. It looks more like possibly a, oh, I don't know what is that, like a piece of pasta or something like that. Maybe it's a pizza. Maybe it's lasagna. You know how much he loved all that. So that's really cool. All right, let's look at the inside. So the door is held closed by one little stud down here, although I think it would have been better just to not have it on there at all. But it comes open pretty easily. And then when you open this up, here's where you can see on the inside. So on the shelf here, we've got some Coca-Cola cans here that actually, I think it does say cola on here. Yeah, there you can see it. A couple of milk cartons right on here. And then we also have some bottles. If I can get the lighting on there. Yeah, you can see some bottles. And they're just loose. They kind of sit on this little shelf. And then on the inside of here, let me see if I can get a better view of that. So you can see everything that's sitting inside of there. And they're loose. They're not connected to anything. So I'll show you those individually. So here we have all these food items that you actually put together. I'm guessing this is some kind of a birthday cake looking type of thing made out of these little wheel pieces, which was kind of interesting the way they did that. Then we have a hamburger, which is very neat. Just uses some basic pieces, and that's a printed bit right there. Then we have this bowl of fruit, which I don't really think Garfield would probably eat since it's too healthy for him. A couple bananas, couple of red apples, and there's a green apple in there as well. And I like this bowl. It's really neat the way it looks. It even has kind of like beveled glass on it. And then we got the little turkey here, which I really like. Now, I will say the plate that this is sitting on has got one of those stud things on the bottom, and I had to cut it off. See how I kind of cut that off of here? Because if you have that thing sticking up, it's not going to sit on that shelf in there, and this turkey keeps flopping out because of that thing, is uneven. So I just cut that off and sanded off that little lip that was left after cutting it, and then this sits in there way easier, whether it be like that or whatever. But they probably could have used a bigger platter in general. But I really like this turkey piece, so it's really neat. Overall, this is a great set, and I do like that you can take the pieces out if you want to, the contents. So I do like it. Okay, now let's take a look at the popcorn machine. Now, I do have Garfield sitting up kind of high because on the set itself, they tell you that you should probably just have him sitting down. But the problem is there's nothing really to have him sit down on there. And so if you try to have him sit, he just kind of falls off really easily like this. So I just ended up having him stand because there is a stud right here that you can put him on. So for the ease of this review, I'll just kind of leave him off of there. But there is Garfield. You can see how wonderful he looks. Once again, we've had one of these figures before. He's also got the turnable head. And then also we got the arms that are posable and his legs as well. So it's very cool. So yeah, I really like that figure. And then we have the machine itself. Now, we have this nice little popcorn bucket. And we got the popcorn in here, which are just the simple 1x1 studs in there. And we'll get a closer look at this. By the way, the popcorn bucket, these are stickers on the side right here that you end up applying on there. So the one on the front and back that just says popcorn, but those are stickers on there. Now here is the machine itself, and you can see it's very, very cool looking. I mean, it just has a lot of neat stuff going on, kind of retro in some ways. You can kind of see how this is all done. I like all the clear bits. So here's the base, and this is a sticker, but it's only the two yellow stripes in the middle that are stickered. In fact, you can kind of see there's a slight difference in color. These are actually brick pieces that go on there. That's a sticker on the side. And then over here is the back. Once again, you don't have to put this sticker on if you don't want to. And then same thing going on here with the sticker here and here. And you got this little bar up here, this little clear area for the popcorn to drop out. Now those little popcorn things in here, those are stationary. And I think it's just to make it look like there's more popcorn inside of there. Now this clear section here, that is actually a sticker that goes all the way around. I think there's like a long one that goes up to here, and then you have to put another one around the corner. They're a little bit tricky to put on only because, you know, it's not a clear thing, and you got to make sure they're straight on the edges, and they don't quite match up over here. Maybe it's just because I got them on the wrong spot, but I did put the right ones in the right spot because the stickers are numbered. You can see that goes all the way around, but it really does add a really nice look to it, and I like that that's actually clear. There's the handle. I'll show you what that does. Once again, we have more of that sticker that goes around the edge. And then this is also a sticker all the way around here. So there is a lot of stickers on this particular set. All the striping and details and stuff, that's another sticker on the front right there. On the top, you can see all this detail. So it looks like there's, and this is just a lid. So there you got a pizza box, all this food. I guess that's, I don't know, what says popcorn, so I guess that's what that is. There's a Coca-Cola label on the top, and it just kind of fits on there because it's square. And then that's the stud I was talking about right here that you can make Garfield stand on. Very cool. All right, so let me show you how this works because it's pretty cool. Okay, now on the inside, when you turn this, see that little bucket that's turning in there? Now, I will say when I was putting this together, a couple of times that popped off of there because you're trying to get these sides on, and then those kept coming loose right here. So then I had to kind of try to rearrange it. I don't remember how I think I ended up gluing something in there to make sure that those didn't pop off. It just made it easier to put these sides together so it didn't keep, you know, popping off of there. And then here's the top. Now, when you come up here, you just take this off and you can see the bucket on in here. See that little thing? So then when you, let me see if I can do this with one hand. But when you turn this thing, see how the bucket is turning in there? So that's what makes it drop the popcorn down. So you're gonna have to load these little popcorn bits in here into that top section. And sometimes when you're doing it, let me make sure that's turned right side up. Make sure that bucket is turned right side up on the inside there. When you drop them in here, they drop down into that bucket. And sometimes it's hard to get them in there just right. And they'll fall down in that chute. So you pretty much have to do it one at a time, I would say, maybe two. But just get them all loaded up. And it's kind of fun to put them in there. Now, when you do this, just be prepared that all these pieces are going to go everywhere because it's kind of a wide area. It's not like it funnels down into the container all that easy. So when I tip them, you're probably going to have more that fall out than actually get into the bucket. So see if I can try to get that a little bit closer. All right, so here we go. Oh, you know, if you do it a little slower, it's a little bit better, but you're going to lose at least probably a third of them. But it's still pretty cool. Now let's take a look at this coffee maker. This is very cool. It was a little smaller than I was anticipating it to be, but that's fine. Like I said, at least it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. But we'll take a look at this more close up. But I do love the overall look of this thing. You can just kind of see how it looks. I like this clear area back here. And then you got this going on. See where the coffee mug is down underneath there. This doesn't turn or anything. It's just strictly there for looks. I love how Garfield is just looking like he's in his bed. All right, so let's take a look at these close up. All right, now let's start with this coffee mug down here. I really like the way this went together. You got a little sticker. That is a sticker on the front right there. You can see the little coffee bits in there. I think they only give you like maybe five or six of those. Then here's the handle for it. Fun to build that little thing. Now here is the coffee maker itself. I like this grill that they did down here, kind of like the runoff. It looks really neat the way they did it. There's a lot of drum lacquered silver bits on this. That's where the coffee's going to come out. This handle, it's not a functional handle, but it does look good. It looks like it's got like the grip and stuff on there. On the front, we've got this. I don't have a coffee maker, so I don't know what all of that is. But it looks good. It's all that silver as well. This little thing here, that's a sticker that goes on the inside. This thing can be a little bit fragile. It pops off easy if you bump it. That is a print. So that little dial right there is a print, and that's what's going to make the coffee come out. That is a sticker there for Garfield family, and then Garfield himself is a sticker. He looks really good. I like the way they did this back area with this clear section. And when you're building the base on a lot of these sets, it feels like it's going to be flimsy until you start getting more pieces on there, and then it just turns out to be a lot more solid than you think it's going to be. More stickers on there. I love how Garfield is in bed right here, and he's, in the cartoon, in the comic, he's always kind of buried underneath his blanket. And you also get the remainder of that figure, just like the other ones. You get the remainder of him right here. So if you want to take the head off and play around with the figure itself, you can do that. It's very neat. All right, so let me show you how this works. So on the top here, Garfield's blanket is actually the lid. It's really neat how they kind of blended that in. It's got a nice smooth hinge. On the inside here, see that? There's a little trap door that opens and closes. That's what's going to drop the little coffee studs in there. So you'll take the little coffee studs and just drop them in there. Now this one's a lot easier to load than the popcorn machine, because you don't have to worry about them dropping out like on the popcorn machine. Then once you got them loaded, put that down and you're ready to go. Now, much like the popcorn machine, you're going to find that most of these are going to fall out. So it's kind of hard to line it up exactly, but you'll put it right in there. See if I can try to line that up just right. Then when you turn the knob to drop out the coffee, maybe I'll go back a little bit. And maybe going slower with this might work better too. Let's see if I can get out of the light. Okay, here we go. All right, well, I think I only lost 2 on it that time. Normally when I do this, I've lost way more. But it's cool. I mean, it actually does work. Well, I lost more than I got in there this time. All right, well, it's not 100% perfect, but I still like it. I like the overall look of it, and I do love that it has some functionality to it. And last, but certainly not least, we have the toaster, which, I don't know, I kind of think this might be my favorite just because of the simplicity of it, but and I don't know, I just like it. And it went together really easy. Not a lot of parts to this at all, but you can kind of see how this looks. So I'll get some close-ups of it, and then you also get 2 pieces of toast, which is great. All right, so let's get a closer look at this. So the toast is the last thing you build on this set, and they're identical to each other, but you can see how this is just made up of different pieces on the back here. So I guess that's supposed to be like butter maybe spread out on there. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but those are stickers. So the Garfield family is a separate sticker than the Garfield itself. I like how it looks like he's coming out of the bread maybe, or whatever that is. But those are neat little pieces. I really like this set, and I wish they made a real toaster that's a Garfield toaster that made Garfield toast. That would be great. So once again, we got the neat little jowls the way they're built in here, and then we also have the eyes. That is another, let's see, is that a whole sticker on there? Yeah, I think this whole thing is a sticker, even the orange, even though it's an orange thing. They probably could have just made that part the sticker for just the eyes, but it still works. These little sections here are prints. That's a sticker down there. I like the way the base is. These are prints, these little stripes, and these are stickers also. You do have to put those on, and it's kind of difficult to make sure you get them even. And I like the little things that he's got on his head right there, just like in the comic strip. They use those little claw pieces for that, which is great. I like the way this base is done. These are prints here for the settings on the toast. This is the mechanism that just goes up and down here. There's no spring or anything in it. Here's the back. These are all prints. You just got to make sure you get the right ones in the right spot. Once again, oh, this was actually a print. Normally you have to put a sticker on for that, but that was a print, so you don't have to mess with it. And that comes in handy when you're building it, so that way you know which side you're supposed to be looking at. Here's the side of this. On the inside, here's the mechanism. Now let me see if I can move this. All it is this thing. That's all it is. It just pushes the toast out. Very simple. Now, I will give you a tip here if you decide to get this set. When you are building the sides, this side and this side, you put this wall in beforehand. I would wait to put this in when you're done building these, because when you're trying to snap all these little smooth sections on here, you got to push on it, and you're going to break the walls if you're not careful. So it's better just to leave this thing out, the wall in the middle, so you can take your fingers and squeeze these parts together. You can squeeze them in, and that way you don't have to worry about pushing it and then the whole thing comes apart. So save yourself a little bit of trouble and put that in last, because it's only held on by the four studs at the bottom. So it might make it a little easier for you. All right, well, let's see how the toast pops out. So it's not like a real dramatic thing, the way the toast comes out. It just kind of fits in here, and you'll see that the width of this is exactly the width in those little slots that I showed you earlier. You can see how that just kind of goes down in there. And that's as far down as they go, is right here. You can see that. So you just kind of forcibly push it out like this. So you can have them pop up like that, and if you do it hard enough, they'll completely fall out. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, well, there's one. But, you know, most toasters, at least the ones I know, the toast doesn't fall all the way out. So you can just kind of make it go like that. So because these fit in snugly is what adds that little bit of resistance, so that when they do pop out, it kind of looks like real toast the way it pops out. There we go. So I really like this one. I like the functionality of this the best because I think it works the best. And I just think it looks neat. So yeah, and it was fun building it. So, yep, there we go. I love it. So, there we go. The Pantasy Garfield Fantastic Machine series. Really love this. As I mentioned, I've done all the series now, and this is my favorite. I think these ones are the best just because of the functionality of all of them. Really love that toaster. I think that's probably my favorite one. But they're really neat, and they're fun to build, and I don't know, there's something whimsical about them. And so they retail for $30 each, and they're from Pantasy. I will put a link in the description. This is not a paid promotion video or anything like that. But I think these are great sets. I highly recommend them. Some sections can be challenging to put together, but for the most part, they're really well done. I think, like I said, the only thing I had was that little thing going on in there. But everything else went together pretty good. So I think they're really fun. They're really cute. And of course, Garfield. I mean, who doesn't love him? All right, well, that's it for this series. Oh, you know what? I forgot to even put him in front. There we go. There's Garfield. Okay. All right, well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I very much appreciate it. And until the next video, I will see you then. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.